Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, good evening. In your fourth session, today, inshallah, we'll complete what we started. And today, inshallah, we will complete our geometry course, a part of the SAT exam in mathematics section. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about the slope and the line equation or the equations of the line. And also we'll talk about similarity in triangles and polygons. So today, inshallah, we'll talk about only two topics. Okay, and inshallah, the next session will be the last session in geometry. After that, we will solve the problems of التجميعات and also the previous exams in geometry, in addition to our syllabus in algebra, calculus, and statistics. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about the first lesson. The first lesson is talking about the slope and the linear equations. We'll start by the slope. What is the slope? What is the slope of the straight line? To get the slope of the straight line, first the slope is denoted by a small capital M. Small capital M. Okay, and to find the slope, which is the small capital M, it means the change in y over change of x, or the vertical change over the horizontal change. It means Mr. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or you can find it in drawing in graph as rise over. So we have rise over run. So you can find it from, if I give it to you 2 points, a change in y over a change on x, or two straight lines. And if you have a graph, you can find it by getting rise over run, or the ratio between rise and run. Okay, this is the slope. This is the slope. We have cases of the slope. We have the cases of the slope. We have the slope. The slope m may be equals to positive, maybe equals to 0, maybe equals to negative. Okay, so we have a positive slope. Okay, if the line is increased from left to right. It means if we have a line in this form, an increasing line from left to right. So if you have a line like this, increasing from left to right, so we have a positive slope. From left to right. So we start from left to right. We have increasing line, so we have a positive slope. Okay. When the slope is equal to 0, if we have a horizontal line. So if you have a horizontal line, or a line which parallel to x-axis, or the line is parallel to x-axis. So parallel line to x-axis, so we have a zero slope. And the line will be y equal a. It means y equal 4, for example. So the line will be parallel to x-axis, and it's intersect y coordinate at, for example, y equal -2. So it's a line parallel to x-axis and intersect y coordinate or y-axis at -2. We're going to negative slope. If you have a decreasing line from left to right. So if you have a line like this, so decreasing from left to right, so it's a negative slope. Okay, so we have a negative slope, positive slope, and 0. And we have the last case. Pay attention about this. Undefined slope. So we have the slope is undefined when we have a vertical line. So if we talk about a vertical line, the slope of the vertical line is undefined. So if you need to find the slope, for example, and we use a change of y over a change of x, it means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and you get 0 down, and any number up. 0 down, so it's undefined. 0 up, it means equal to 0. Maybe positive slope or a negative slope as you see. So we have 4 cases for the slope, maybe positive, maybe negative, maybe 0 or undefined. Okay. So this is the cases for the slope. This is the cases for the slope. Okay, we're going to talk about the second idea in this lesson. The second idea in this lesson will be about the line or the equation of the line. If we talk about the line equation or the equation of a straight line, the straight line equation. If we have a straight line and we need to find its equation, the equation of the straight line is equation from the first degree. Equation from the first degree. Okay, so the linear equation is equation from the first degree. First degree, it means the power of y is 1 and the power of x is 1. And we have 3 forms for the straight line equation. The first form is called the slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. So we have the slope-intercept form. In the slope-intercept form, we have y equal mx plus b. mx plus b. mx plus b. Okay, where m is the slope, and b is y-intercept. Y-intercept. It means the intersection of the line and y-axis. The intersection of the line and y-axis, or the line cut y-axis at 2, so b will be 2. At -3, b will be -3, and so on. So the slope-intercept form, y equal mx plus b. Okay, the second form is called the point-slope form. Point-slope form. What is the point-slope form? The point-slope form is equal to y minus y1 equal m x minus x1. So this is called the point-slope form. And from its name, we know that we have the slope, which is m, and we have a point. What is a point? This is a point that passes through the line, which is x1 and y1. Any point consists of x and y, so we choose a point and we name it by x1 and y1. So if you have a point, you can replace y1 and x1 by the values of x and y in the point. And we're going to the third form, which is called the standard form. The standard form. What is the standard form? The standard form of the linear equation or the line is ax plus by equals c. It means you have to find x and y in a side and equal, and then a free term or a constant in the other side. Okay, so this is the standard form. This is the standard form. Okay, so we have now 3 forms for the straight line equation or the linear equation. A slope-intercept form, y equal mx plus b. Point slope form, y minus y1 equal mx minus x1. And the standard form, which equal to ax plus by equals to c, where a is the coefficient of x and b is the coefficient of y. A and b are two numbers. So I can, instead of a, I write c. Instead of a, I write h. So it's not constant. Okay. Okay. Here, if you need to find the slope in the first case, the slope is the coefficient of x, as you see. If you need to find the slope in the second case, the slope is a number which is multiplied by the bracket of x's. Okay. So what about the slope here? If I need to find the slope here, what shall I do? You have 2 ways. You can change this standard form to be in the slope-intercept form and work, or directly. How, Mr. Directly? Directly, it means if we need to find the slope in the standard form, pay attention about this remark, please. You will get negative the coefficient of x, negative the coefficient of x over the coefficient of y. يبقى negative the coefficient of x over negative the coefficient of y. It means a negative a over b here. It means negative a over b. For example, if I have 3x plus 2y equals 7, what about the slope? The slope will be equals to negative 3 over 2. Directly. Okay, so this is a fast way to find the slope if you have a standard. If you have the standard, okay. Of course, if you have the relation between lines, and this is the last part in this lesson, and we start to solve the relation between two lines. We have two lines. We have two lines. If we have two lines, these two lines, maybe. These two lines, maybe. Number one, maybe parallel lines. Maybe parallel lines. And this is a sign of parallel. So maybe parallel lines. If you have two parallel lines, so their slope will be equal. Again, if I have L1 parallel to L2, then we can deduce that M1, it means the slope of the first line equals the slope of the second line, and vice versa. Vice versa, yes. It means if you have equal slope, it means the two lines are parallel. The two lines are parallel. This is the first case. The second case, you have a perpendicular lines. A perpendicular lines. Two lines which are perpendicular. Mister, this is a sign of perpendicular? Yes. Perpendicular lines. And the perpendicular can named by orthogonal also. So the word is orthogonal, it means perpendicular. It means the angle between the two lines is 90 degrees. Okay, so if line L1 is perpendicular to line L2, then we can deduce that the slope of the first line is equal to negative reciprocal of the slope of the second line. Negative reciprocal, it means you flip the first slope and change its sign. If its sign is positive, I change it into negative. If it's negative, I change it into positive. And vice versa. It means if you have the slope of the first line, for example, is 2, and the slope of the second line is negative half, these two lines are perpendicular. These two lines are perpendicular. So the two lines may be perpendicular, may be parallel, and these two special cases are related to the slope. Let's start our problems directly, and we'll go by examples to know everything about this topic. Okay, let's start by the first problem. Which of the following equation represents a straight line which passes through the point -2 and 1 and perpendicular to the straight line y equal 1 over 3x plus 5? So pay attention with me. I need to find the equation of the straight line that passes through this point, okay, and the perpendicular to this line. Oh, you give me the equation of the second line. Okay, so I get the equation of the second line and I get the slope of this equation. The slope of this equation is a coefficient of x semester. It means 1 over 3. So the slope of the required line will be -3. From where, mister, you get it's -3? He gives me the given slope is 1 over 3. The two lines are perpendicular. I said flip and change the sign. So the required line have the slope of -3. I flip. It means 3 over 1. It means 3. And change the sign. It will be -3. Let's check. You have here y equals 3x, wrong. Y equal -3, maybe this. Okay, y equal 1 over 3, it's wrong. Y equal -1 over 3, it's wrong. So the answer is B, directly. We don't complete the problem. Just I get the relation. The relation between the two lines are perpendicular. Perpendicular, flip, take the negative reciprocal. Negative reciprocal, it means you will flip and change the sign. Our slope here is 1 over 3. I flip, becomes 3 over 1, comes 3, change the sign, equals -3. Only we have one equation with -3. So this is the answer of the first problem. Okay, so from the first site, you can find this answer. Okay, okay. We're going to number two. Number two, find the slope of the line of the perpendicular straight line, perpendicular straight line to the straight line which passes through the points. And this is the first point. This is the second point. Okay, so I have 2 points. I can find the slope of the second straight line. Yes, to find the slope, Mr. M will be equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It means equal to y2. Where is y2 and where is y1? You can choose. There is no problem about starting by this point or that one. So you have -3 and the -2, and in the other you have -5 and 1. Sorry, and +1. Okay, so I can start here, write x1 and y1, and write x2 and y2. A common mistake some of my dear students write here x1, x2. It's wrong. The point or the ordered pair consists of x and y. Can't be x only and can't be y only. So y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1, Mister, it means 1 minus -2 over a -5 minus -3. So it will be equal 1 plus 2 equals to 3. And this will be -5 plus 3, have different signs, so subtract and put the sign of the large number. So it's a -3 over 2. So the slope of the given line is, or I can name it by M1, is a -3 over 2. Mister, you need the slope of the perpendicular line. Perpendicular line. So perpendicular line, you must flip and change the sign. So M2 will be equals to negative, change it into positive, and the flip, it means 2 over 3. So the answer will be 2 over 3, which is letter C. Which is letter C. Okay, so if you have a problem like this, you must read the problem very well. I need to find the slope. The slope, okay, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, but you don't give me a 2 points, but you give me a perpendicular line. So I get the slope of the perpendicular line, flip, and change the sign of the slope. You get the. We're going to the next. In the next problem, the slope of the straight line whose equation is 3y minus 5x equals 6. So pay attention. As I said, from the rule that I said, if you need to find the slope and you have a standard form, it means x and y in the same side, in the left hand side, and the number in the right hand side, as you see. So the slope is negative a over b, or negative the coefficient of x over the coefficient of y. Negative the coefficient of x means -5 over the coefficient of y, it means 3. It means Mr. 5 over 3. So our slope is 5 over 3, which is letter A. Okay. Some of my dear students don't know this rule. So what shall you do? You must change this equation in the form of slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. But the first way is the most fast way. Negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y. Top. But if you use the second way, you will write 3y minus 5x equal to 6. It means Mr. 3y, I get x in the other side by the opposite sign, 5x plus 6. Then divide the whole equation by 3. So y equal 5 over 3x plus 6 over 3. It means equal to 2. So our slope is 5 over 3. We get the slope 5 over 3 from the first way or from the first method by only one step. So pay attention about this. No, we don't flip here. Here in number 3, we don't flip. He needs the slope. The slope of what? Of the straight line. I don't ask you to get the perpendicular line. I ask you about the slope. To get the slope in the form of standard form, just write negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y. Where is the coefficient of x? Mister, he started by y. No problem, start by y or start by x. I can write this equation in the form negative 5x plus 3y equals 6. This is the same equation, but he started by the positive value. No problem. So the rule said that if you need to find the slope of this, just I need to find the slope, not the slope of the perpendicular, the slope. So the slope will be negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y. Negative the coefficient of x, it means negative 5, it means 5. And the coefficient of y is 3. So the result will be letter A directly. Letter A directly. Okay. This is the answer of number 3. We're going to number 4. In number 4, the value of y-intercept in this line. The value of y-intercept. As I said, y equal mx plus b. B is y-intercept. B is y-intercept. So directly, you find the value of B, it means a constant value or the free term. The free term, it means free from x. So it's equal to 5 directly. It's equal to 5 directly. But pay attention about the sign. If it's a negative 5, you must write negative. You must write negative. Okay, pay attention about this. And also pay attention if the coefficient of y is not 1, like this. If I have 3y equal 2x plus 5, what is the slope? The slope, mister, is 2. Wrong. What is y-intercept? The y-intercept is 5. Wrong. What is the right answer? You must get y equal. The rule is y equal. So you must make it y equals by dividing here by 3, dividing here by 3, dividing here by 3. So if I ask you about the slope, becomes a 2 over 3. If I ask you about y-intercept, becomes a 5 over 3. Okay, so be sure about this, that the coefficient of y is 1. We're going to number 5. Number 5, the slope of the vertical line. As we said, the slope of the vertical line is what? The slope of the vertical line is what? The slope of the vertical line is undefined. Or the line which is parallel to y-axis. The line which is parallel to y-axis. So the vertical line or the line which is parallel to y-axis has an undefined slope. Okay, but when the slope is equal to 0, if we have a horizontal line or a line which is parallel to a x-axis. So pay attention about this, please, this remark. If you have a vertical line, it will be x equal number. X equal number, x equal 2, for example, or x equal negative 5. So this is a vertical line. So if you have any equation x equal, you must know that the slope is undefined. The slope is undefined. X equal, there is no y. There is no y in the equation. So the slope is undefined. And vice versa. If you have y equal 2 or y equal negative 5, you will know that you have a line parallel to x-axis, a horizontal line, and the slope here will be 0 directly. Okay? Okay. So we're going to number 6. Number 6, two straight lines that the slope of the first is 1 over 3. And the slope of the second is negative 3. So they are what? Excellent. They are perpendicular because negative reciprocal. Negative reciprocal. 1 over 3. Flip it. It means 3 over 1. It means 3. Change the sign. It will be negative 3. So the answer here will be directly perpendicular. If you have the same slope, they are parallel. Okay. Okay, and we don't have any idea about only intersecting. Only intersecting or skew, we don't have a rule for these two kinds. We're going to number 7. For number 7, find the equation of the straight line with the slope equal to 4 and y-intercept equal to 5. Thanks. Okay, so in number 7, The slope equals to 4. Okay, y equal mx plus b. So y equal 4x plus 5. So y equal 4x plus 5. Okay, this is the answer for number 7. This is the answer for number 7. Okay, which is letter B, of course. Okay, I'm going to the next, number 8. The equation of the straight line which parallel to this straight line, Okay, you don't give me a point. So just we need to know the slope of the given line and check the slope of the choices. And it checks the slope of the choices. You must have the same slope. Okay. So the slope here, Mr. Y equal to x plus 3. So our slope or M1 will be equals to 2. They are parallel, so you must have the same slope. So I'll check. The first line slope is -2, so it's out. The second line slope is -½ so it's out. The third slope is what? Oh, mister, it's a standard form. So I use your rule, which is the negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y. Negative coefficient of x. So the slope of letter C is equal to -10. So -10 over the coefficient of y, which is 5. So -10, it means positive 10. It means 10 over 5. 10 over 5, it means 2. Oops, you have here 2 and you have here 2. So the result will be letter C. No need to complete. But if you complete here, all by the same rule, the slope negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y, it means a -2 over 1. So the slope here is -2. So be attention. If the equation in the standard form, you must use this rule. So the answer will be letter C, as you see, as we get the simplification of the rule, we get it's 2. Okay, as the two parallel lines must have the same slope. We're going to number 9. Number 9, find the equation of the straight line with the slope equals to 4 and passes through this point. Pay attention about this, please. Pay attention about this. If I give you the slope, and I give you a point, the slope and the point, or 2 points, 2 points, or a slope and a point, 1 point. What shall we do to get the line? What shall we do to get the equation of the line? Start by the point slope form. He said, I give you a point, so start by the point slope form. Mister, but all the answers in the slope intercept form, I'll change into slope intercept form after that. How? Start with me. So I'll start by y minus y1 equal mx minus x1. After that, y minus the point y1 in the point. This is x1 and this is y1. So y1 is -6. Negative change into plus. Okay. And the slope is 4. Just write here 4. X as it is. And then after that, minus x1, it means -3. It turns to positive like this. So this is my equation. But I need the equation to be in the slope intercept form. So, mister, no problem. I'll use a distributive property here. So y plus 6 equals to 4x plus 3. Wrong. I use a distributive property. Some of my dear students forget to multiply 4 by x and multiply 4 by 3. Okay. And then after that, -6 here and -6 in the other side. Cancel. So y equal 4x plus 6. So this is my equation, 4x plus 6, which is letter A. Okay, you have another way, mister? Yes, I can start directly with the slope intercept form, but it's better like this. Okay, so if you have an equation, I need to find the equation. and I give you the slope and the point, start by the point slope form. And you can change the point slope form into slope intercept form. Mister, I can change the point slope form into standard form, of course, but after two stages. This is the first stage. The second stage will be point slope intercept form. If you need to change it into standard form, just change the sign of this and its place. It means, Mister, it will be equal negative 4x plus y equals 6. This is the standard form. This is the standard form. Mister, you start by the point slope form, and then after that, slope intercept form, and you turn it into the standard form at the end. You can start. So if you have a point in the given, start by the point slope form as we said. We're going to number 10. Number 10, we have find the equation of the straight line that passes through the point. Give me the point and the perpendicular to the straight line. Okay. So he gave me the point and the slope. Mister, he don't give me the slope. No, he gave you the slope because he gave me the slope of the perpendicular line. So I get the slope of this line and flip it. What is the slope of this line? Yes, negative 1, the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x, which is what, Mister, here? Negative 1. So our slope will be negative 1. From where? From this. Okay, Mister. I need the perpendicular. The perpendicular. Flip and change the sign. Flip and change the sign. If you flip, Mister, it will be negative 1 over 1. It change the sign. So I need, or the required slope will be 1. Will be 1. Mister, how you get it? Two perpendicular line, you must change the sign and the flip. I change the sign and the flip. Here, flipping, it means the same. So it will be 1. Okay. And the point, Mister, by the same way. So I just write here y minus y1 equal mx minus x1. So Mister, y minus y1, it means a point. Oh, the value of y here is 0. So I just write minus 0. Okay, no problem, no problem. And then after that, our slope, I get the slope is 1. Okay, x minus 2. Excellent. Just write y equal 1 multiplied by any number is still the same. So this is our answer. Y equal x minus 2. Y equal x minus 2, which is letter B. The last problem with us. What is the equation of the straight line whose slope is 3? Okay, the slope is 3. He gave me directly the slope. And passes through the intersection point of the straight line 2x plus 3y equals 6 and the x-axis. Pay attention, he don't give me the point here directly. He gave me the slope. So, Mister, to solve number 11, I have the slope. You said a slope and a point. So the slope is 3 directly. But what is the point? He said, and passes through the point. Where is the point? The point is a point of intersection of this straight line and the x-axis. Okay, the intersection point, this line and the x-axis. At x-axis, I just write a remark here. At x-axis, y equals 0. At x-axis, y equal to 0. So from here, I'll substitute in this equation by y equals 0. Mister, it means you have 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. It means 2x equals 6. It means x equal 3. Yes. So x here equals to what? To 3. And at x-axis, you said y equals 0. So the point will be x and y. X and y. X, you get x as 3. And at x-axis, y equals 0. It means 3 and 0. I get the point. I get the point. Again, at x-axis, y equals 0. I get the line and the intersection of x-axis. The line, I write the line. Instead of y, I write 0. Substitute, get the value of x, and the value of y is 0. So you have the point now. So you can work directly. So, Mister, I write y minus y1 equal mx minus x1, which equal to y minus y1 is 0. So I just write 0. M, he gave me the slope is 3x minus 3. So Mr. Y equal 3x minus 3. Wrong. 3x minus 9. So pay attention about this. 3x minus 3 is here. In order, some of my dear students directly make and forget to use a distributive property. So the result will be letter A, and the answer will be the first answer. This is the end of the first part of this session. We talk about the slope, and we have to know that the slope is the vertical change over the horizontal change. It means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we have some cases for the slope. The slope may be positive, may be negative, may be undefined, and may be zero. Also, we have some relations. If the two straight lines are parallel, so they have the same slope of the, if the two straight lines are perpendicular, they have a negative reciprocal slope. It means you flip the slope and change the sign of this slope. Thanks. You have a break for about 10 minutes, and then we'll start the second part of the lesson, which is talking, inshallah, about the similarity of triangles and the shapes or and polygons. Thanks, and see you.